What's up YouTube? Welcome back to Celio's Network. Today I will be playing a few games on PTCGO with Tord Reklev's 4th place deck from the World Championships 2019, which is Ability Zard or Jirachi Zard. Pretty much when you call a deck Ability Zard, that just means it's not the greens build, which plays no abilities usually to utilize greens exploration. And we will be taking a look at the list since it is a bit different than other ability Zards we saw, and especially the ability Zards I was building leading up to World Championships. So we got the Turtonator, which I definitely think belongs in the deck. 110 HP non-GX, an explosive jet for 3 fire. Discard any amount of fire energy from your Pokemon. This attack does 50 damage for each card you discarded in this way. So it does the same amount of damage per energy as Blacephalon-GX does, except these are discarded and not sent into the Lost Zone. It's really a great card, but it's hard to build a deck around it since it needs 3 energy to attack, and it's only 110 HP, so it doesn't give you much longevity. Next is Heatran-GX at a 1 of. It has 190 HP, so pretty beefy for a regular GX Pokemon. And the ability Burning Road, once during your turn when this Pokemon moves from your bench to become your active Pokemon via retreating or switch, you may move any number of fire energy from your other Pokemon to it. So that's really good for its GX attack. Before we get to the GX attack, its normal attack Steaming Stomp is just fire colorless for 130, so that's a fine vanilla attack if you want to go in with a GX Pokemon instead of a tag team. And then its GX attack does 50 times the amount of fire energy on Heatran-GX. So if you have fire energy spread out around your board, you can switch into Heatran-GX, move it all to that, and then do Hot Burn GX for a lot of damage. And also that damage will be coming from a 2-prize Pokemon instead of a 3-prize Pokemon, which depending on the game might matter. Of course, we have the 2 Reshiram-GX here, 270 HP, Outrage 30 plus 10 more for each damage counter on the Pokemon already. Flare Strike 230 for 4, and you can't use Flare Strike next turn. And Double Blaze GX 200. If you have 6 energy instead of 3, it does 300 and goes through all effects on the defending Pokemon. So Double Blaze for 300 for 6 energy does 300 damage, while Hot Burn GX also does 300 damage for 6 energy. But like I said, the trade-off, why would I ever want to use Heatran? Maybe you want to go in with a 2-prize Pokemon instead of a 3-prize Pokemon. This Victini Prism Star is a pretty important part of their deck because they're playing 18 Fire Energy and no Fire Crystal. So this Victini Prism for 2 Fire Energy does 20 for each basic energy in your discard pile, and then shuffle all of those cards into your deck. So if you have like 12 basic energy in your deck, that in your discard pile, that does 240, and so on and so forth, and then you also get them all into your deck. The 2/2 Ninetales is really good. This is like a huge reason to play Ability Zard, since you have an infinite gust effect with 9 temptations. Once during your turn, you may discard 2 fire energies from your hand. If you do, switch one of your opponent's benched Pokemon with their active Pokemon. So you don't have to play custom catchers in this deck, and since Guzma is gone, Ninetales is the best gust effect we have in the game. And of course, our support Pokemon, we have 3 Dedenne-GX for its Dede change, and we have 4 Jirachi for its Stellar Wish. The unique parts of the trainers, I would say Super Scoop Up, there's 3 in here, and this is pretty unique for a Reshiram deck. But other than that, everything else is pretty standard, things you would expect to be in the deck. Since the only supporter in the deck is for Welder, they play a Pal Pad, which is completely reasonable. And yeah, this is the deck we're going to go into the PTCGO versus ladder with. Okay, we're going first with a Dedenne start. But we can definitely work through it. This hand's pretty good. We can play down Heat Factory and draw with that, or we can Cherish Ball for another Dedenne. Putting 4 fire energy right off the bat in the discard pile, but once we do get a lot in there, we can just Victini Prism them back. So let's see if Victini Prism's in here, and we do have it. So that may be important this game more than others since we're pitching so many fire energy early. This is going to be my first game on PTCGO with the deck, so I'll be learning as we go. I guess I'll attach one here and then Dedenne change. Okay, this is good to get down. We're also going to have to Pokecom here, so Pokecom away Reshi. We want a Jirachi. We'll use that energy to retreat. Stellar Wish, and we get nothing. Bench this and just pass from there. So far, our entire board is support Pokemon, but this deck is very heavy on support Pokemon. We have the 2/2 Ninetales, 3 Dedenne, 4 Jirachi. We really only have 4 or 5 attackers. So our opponent is starting off with Electromagnetic Radar for Zeraora and Pigaram, and they started Tapu Koko, which is just fine. That means it's not prized, so that's good for them. And they're going to play down a Cynthia. Lysander Labs, which could potentially hurt us since we have this Escape Board. We can Cherish Ball for another Dedenne. I don't want to do that, but our hand's actually terrible, and there's not any one card off of Stellar Wish that can help us. Like, we need to Cherish Ball for Reshi, and then Cherish Ball for Dedenne, and then Stellar Wish and have Welder and Energy, and also a Giant Hearth in play. Yeah, so we're going to attach this here and Cherish Ball for Dedenne. And Cherish Ball for Reshi. Awesome, so we got a Welder here. That's really good. We'll go ahead and Stellar Wish for Giant Hearth. Okay, looking good here. So we want to have as many fire energy in our hand as we can. So I actually don't want to pitch the fire here. They left Coco Prism in the active. So that's really bad for them, actually. We might just be using Double Blaze to KO this Tapu Koko Prism. Let's see. I guess the least useful card in our hand is Acro Bike, so we'll pitch that to get 2 fire. And we will Welder onto our Reshi. Attach. And I think that's gotta be the best thing to do, right? So next turn we'll look to 9 Temptations up the Zeraora GX and Flare Strike it. They'll knock out our Reshi, and then hopefully we can get enough energy in the discard pile to finish them off with Infinity. Oh, they got double tails off Stadium Nav. That's really rough. Cherish Ball. Yeah, they definitely should have just retreated that Coco. Attach energy to Coco and then retreat it with the Zeraora. Okay, and they're feeding us 2 prizes here. That's really cool. Let's pitch this energy for 2 more. I'll just throw 1 onto the Reshi. We have 2 Welder in there now, so I'll Pal Pad 2 back. I'm gonna get out the Ninetales, even though we're not using it right now. And we'll go ahead and Flare Strike. Welder and Fire Energy. Okay, I'll take that. If they don't stamp us, our hand is pretty loaded here. 5 energy, they're knocking out that, that'll be 9. Well, when they knock out that, this isn't even getting knocked out yet. Let's see. I'm trying to think if we could get enough energy into the discard to knock them out with Infinity if we retreated and super scoop up the Reshi. So 5, 3 for retreat. That's 8, 9, 10. No, we'll just not do that, I guess. Because retreating also means we can't use the escape board, so I don't think that would work. What I'm going to do is bring up the Raichu. I'm going to pitch one of these, just so if we get stamped, we don't have all these Giant Hearths in our deck. If we super scoop up the Dedenne and put down Victini, then we're susceptible to tag switch tag bolt, so I won't do that. Or maybe I want to super scoop up the Dedenne just to have it in deck. Yeah. That seems okay. So they will probably retreat in full blitz here. And they have 80 HP left. We can actually knock them out with Flame Tail as long as we have 2 other energy in the deck. Now we'll style on them a little here with Victini. Why not? So our opponent misplayed with the Coco Prism active. They didn't retreat that, and we kind of just ran through them because they didn't get their turn 2 full blitz. Starting Jirachi this game, that's really good. And we're going second, don't mind that too much. So Jirachi Vulpix start with a Dedenne in hand. Very cool. Dedenne Victini in hand just means we'll have to bench the Victini from the start. Looks like we're playing against a Malamar deck. Jirachi, Viridian, Psychic Energy. Bill's Analysis. Okay, still looks like a Malamar deck. The Bills definitely threw a curveball at us though. So unfortunately our opponent could not get another basic Pokemon. That's kind of unfortunate. So we'll play down Victini and use Dedenne change. And we're going to thin out our deck a bit. Lots of energy in there. No Welder yet. Welder is what we're looking for. Switch over Jirachi. So we'll Pokecom for another Jirachi. Oh wait, no, we can win with Heatran. We got Heatran. I forgot that we have a 1 energy attacker in the game, in the deck. Well, easy game. This deck can actually really easily take a donk since you have the 3 energy double blaze for 200 on Reshi. Or you can remember that you have Heatran-GX in the deck, and that works too against Jirachis. Motas 22. And we are going first. With our cute little adventure Pikachu. And we have just a disgustingly bad hand here. And it did not get better. And my man's starts with Electric Start Manectric. Very interesting. Yeah, we're going to hit him with the old attach and pass. Very cool. Heads on Stadium Nav for Viridian Forest. That should help him with the double charge. Double charge is just so bad in this deck anyway, because like you could just go for turn 1 full blitz. There's Cherish Ball. Okie dokie. Let's Dedenne change everything away. Okay, we are getting somewhere. Do we have 4 in there? 3. We'll have 4 if we retreat. Okay. So we can't even knock out this Manectric with Victini. Beautiful. I could just feed them the Vulpix. Okay, this is definitely getting a little better. Board the Vulpix, retreating to Jirachi? Or do we just Pokecom the Jirachi away and then use the Dedenne next turn? We probably want to turn this Jirachi into a Reshi. That seems fine. Or a Turt. Actually, since we already have 2 energy down, Turt sounds not bad at all right now. Let's grab a Turt. We can always grab Reshi with a Cherish Ball. And just checking, we have 4 in there, so if we used Infinity, we'd do 80. Not really worth it. Lysander Lab, Energy Switch. Lily again, and we have the full blitz. Let's see if they go greedy with the energy on the active. Oh, they didn't. I really wanted them to. Alright, so we're going to go for this knockout with Turtonator. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so replace Lysander Lab with Giant Hearth. We'll pitch the Super Scoop up. Now all we need is 1 energy off the Dedenne. We'll grab grab Vulpix since we're already down a Vulpix. And Dedenne change, we need 1 energy. And we got it. Exactly 1. I'm not going to Cherish Ball yet. We'll just, we'll hold the Cherish Ball. They could always, like, double catcher up our Reshi. So we'll Explosive Jet all of our energy away. For the big knockout there. 9 energy in the discard. We need 13 energy in the discard to one-shot Raichu with Infinity. So we'll have to see if that's going to be possible. They bumped our Giant Hearth with Viridian, but we can still pitch an energy and get an energy with that, so that's fine. They're trying, yeah, they're going to knock us out without using Raichu. Hopefully our second Ninetales is in the deck. Alright, good. That's a lot of energy in our hand. So we're going to pitch 1 for Viridian. That's 10. And we can pitch 2 for Ninetales. That's 12. And then we'll only need 1 more. We should definitely be able to do this. We'll save the Acro Bike. I'm going to Pokecom Heatran. I also have to see if we have another Dedenne in here. We do. That's perfect. Okay, so we should be able to win this turn. Okay, so we have 10. This is going to be 11, 12 with 9 Temptations. If we could get one off the Acro Bike, that'd be beautiful. So 8 cards in the deck. I take the Dedenne, there's 3. Oh, okay, so I'm guaranteed to get the 9 Temptation energies that I need. So we'll just do this. We'll just draw our entire deck. And get rid of these 2 and then 9 Temptations with the 2 that are left in there. Yeah. And that should be 280. Yep. GG. Awesome. Yeah, the deck ran really smoothly. So let me know what you think about Tord Reklev's 4th place ability Zard list from World Championships 2019. If you've tried it out at all, if there's things you're changing, just any thoughts on the deck going forward. As always, PTCGO isn't a great indicator of a deck's strength and or viability, but it is a nice way to see if the deck is consistent and runs smooth and does the things that you want it to do on your side. I really enjoy the deck. Ability Zard was a deck that I worked on a lot leading up to Worlds. I'm not a huge fan of the lack of other one prize Pokemon like Baby Volcanion and Hoopa from the new set. But the Victini Prism is really good, and I kind of like it as a replacement to those other single prize Pokemon. As always, check out flipsidegaming.com and use code CELIO, all caps, for 10% off on your next order, $10 or more, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the content. I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network.